makes me want to have a bowl. A case where a Polish motorist who was caught with €47,000 worth of cannabis, he got 4 years in jail. Well, in fairness, he actually got 6 years in jail, but 2 of those years were suspended. And guys, I'll give you a couple of seconds. Who do you think oversaw this case? Who do you think is such a man capable of giving a sentence like this? Yeah, you guessed it. It is Sod, our big old buddy Sod. Sean O'Donovan. So Sean O'Donovan residing over the case of a Polish man who is in his 30s. So the Polish man was seen acting suspiciously and was found to have deals of cannabis up the leg of his pants, and follow-up searches of his car and home found a total of €47,900, €47,900 worth of cannabis. Now the 37-year-old who was breaking down, bagging and distributing the drug has been jailed for 4 years. This is the case of Tomasz Ostrowski. And he's from Cleans in County Cork, and he pleaded guilty at the Cork Circuit Criminal Court and admitted the most serious charge of having cannabis at his address at Rosewood in Ballincollig on August 19th of 2020 for sale and supply. The particular charge referred to having cannabis for sale and supply at the time when it was street value exceeded €13,000, carries with it a mandatory 10-year sentence on conviction unless there are exceptional circumstances. So the individual charged, a Polish national, faced with a charge of possession of cannabis for sale and supply. And this was actually above at the Lodabeg estate in Borboy in Mayfield last year. So this was a case I actually covered at the time in the 420 News when the Gardaí had stopped and searched somebody above in the Lodabeg estate. So this was a Polish man, and the detective Garda Damien Cronin of Mayfield Garda Station said the Gardaí on mobile patrol observed the defendant's car driving up beside another car, and the 2 cars driving off together in convoy into the Lodabeg estate. The Gardaí approached and immediately got a smell from the car and that Ostrowski was driving. During a search of the scene, Gardaí found 3 deals of cannabis in the leg of the defendant's pants and a much larger quantity of cannabis in the boot of the car. A search warrant was obtained and secured for his address at the time in Ballincollig, and the Gardaí found a stash of cannabis in the office of the house made up in different weight bags. He held his hands up and admitted storing, repacking and delivering cannabis. He was in genuine fear for his family and refused to give Gardaí access to his mobile phone. He was holding and breaking up cannabis for a bigger player, said the guard. The Polish national had been using cannabis since the age of 14 and had no previous convictions. So again here, like highlighting the failures of prohibition, where you have a young person getting access to a prohibited substance, which would have been more difficult should it have been legal. But again, due to getting access to it through its illegal nature, was roped into the criminal underworld that was attached to it. 37 years of age he is. You know, many years removed from his starting his cannabis use and still feeling the effects of that prohibition. Again, should this been a legal product, again, it would have been more difficult to him, for him to obtain at that age, but there would have been virtually no risk of him being roped into selling it for anybody else, because that just doesn't happen for alcohol and tobacco out there in our society, does it? Again, showing regulation feckin' works. The defence barrister overseeing this case, Peter O'Flynn, said that he was storing the drugs for others. He was getting 10% of what he was storing, and he was a frequent cannabis user and was addicted to it. There we go. I'm addicted to it, Judge. He incurred a small debt and then took a shipment of cannabis to clear that debt. Judge Sean O'Donovan said that over €47,000 of the drug is a substantial sum, and these drugs were found in his car and on his person and at his home also. It is clear from the evidence he has a considerable involvement in selling or supplying of the drugs. He may not have been the main man, but he was breaking it up and moving it on. He was a vital cog in the sale and supply, and it was a very significant offence. I am imposing less than the 10-year minimum mandatory because of his level of cooperation in relation to his own involvement. He did not name others out of fear. The judge imposed a sentence of 6 years with the last 2 suspended. So what a waste of time. So that 4 years in prison is going to cost us just shy of €500,000. You know, the free legal aid this man would have got, and you know, again, the waste of time by the Gardaí, the Director for Public Prosecutions, all of that. Where's the value for taxpayers in this? That cannabis there, you know, if it was worth 50,000, you put a 23% tax in it. Well, that's somewhere just over €10,000. Again, you put a face in it, €10,000 to the Mayfield Soccer Club above there, who I believe that they were only taxed there not too long ago, where they had some shed burnt out. But I imagine €10,000 would be a significant contribution to what they would be able to do in the community for the young people above there. And that's just a small sum of money that could have been generated off the sale and supply of cannabis in our community. But no, unfortunately, we're wasting hundreds of thousands of euro every bloody year. It's ridiculous now at this stage. Hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions of euros every bloody year on this prohibition. It's a sad state of affairs. It makes me want to have a bowl.